Hello, welcome to the listening show. This episode is special, like every other episode, except for the way that makes it special. What is it? 1 a.m. on a Friday night. This is the first time we've recorded after midnight. Also, might be the first time we've recorded to a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Anyway, it makes it extra special. It's the weekend. We're staying up, and Zach's like, "You want to record?" I'm like, yes. Because that sounds like a special occasion, and I don't want to go to bed. Got better things to do, like not go to bed. We both wasted today. Part of your proposition was, why don't we do something productive and record this episode?
Yeah.
So
I have a prediction. I think that this might, just because of the circumstance and everything, because it's like so chill and like relaxed right now. Other than the fact that it just worked out, but I have my prediction is that this might be the chillest episode we ever do. Like it just feels like it's going to be cool.
That's a fair prediction.
It's just, it's late. I'm not used to.
And I'm tired.
Yeah.
If we hadn't decided to record this, I would have gone to bed.
Yeah.
Only because there's nothing else to do. Not because I want to sleep. I want to stay up.
Yeah, I know. My brain does too. I got into a new habit recently where I've been exercising every day and I do it right before I go to bed. But I was thinking, if I'm going to be doing this for an hour or whatever, who knows how long we'll go. But if I'm going to do this for a while, I'm not going to want to exercise at like 2:30 in the morning or whenever we get done. So I'll just do it now. But now my body, like it's got that post-exercise tired. And especially I think because I've Pavlov's dogged myself into thinking exercise means we get to sleep now.
That's
so,
weird.
Yeah. I'm like a little out of breath still. That's why I'm like, because I exercised.
But
we did waste all of today. All of today. I woke up at like 7 in the morning and I was like, no. And so I just like stayed in my room almost all day. I think I came out like 4 times total. And there was like to go to the bathroom and maybe eat and go back to my room.
I left to drop off Ronan to get cleaned at the groomers, and then I left to pick him up. And then I had to leave a third time to grab my motorcycle, which I'm glad I did because it always feels good. And then shortly after I got back, it started to rain. And I was like, good. I'm glad I got that out. But yeah, other than that, in my room, hermiting, dark.
Yeah, I almost want to pull the curtains open so I can at least enjoy it. But you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, whatever.
You'd have little.
You can. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I will if you let me.
Yeah, if you want. I mean,
let me do it.
Yeah. I'm not going to fill the air because this is the chillest episode we're going to do. Hold on.
Should I take the whole thing down?
Hey, whatever you want to do. Oh, it's muffling my voice a little bit. I like the idea of like being obstructed by the curtain for the whole thing. I mean, it doesn't matter. No one's going to see me anyway.
It's a
listening show.
Yeah.
I'm bummed that you took it down, but that's okay. The joke still happened, so I guess it's fine.
I thought you might be annoyed with it, but
it's like a big beard, just a way to hide your face.
Yeah. What's been the best part of your do nothing day?
Oh, I've just been doing one thing, which is playing that game.
That's the one thing, and the riding your bike.
Yep.
Playing Massive Effect.
No.
Underrated Tale.
No.
Like it's some Dead Space thing.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It says on the screen, Dead Space thing.
Dead Space. That's what it is. It was like, I can remember.
What have you been doing today?
I've been watching. There's a 100% speed run of Super Paper Mario, which is a game I've played before, and I was like, it was a pretty long game, so I was like, to 100% the game must take a long time, and it does. It takes like 11 and a half hours. And so I watched almost the whole thing. I say watched, but it was on while I was in there.
I'm playing through Dead Space for the first time, and I'm like, wow, this is a really well done game. It's delightfully creepy.
Really?
The atmosphere and the sound design. I was like, man, this must have been quite a thing to experience when it came out. I'm glad I haven't had any of it spoiled. Anyway, I was thinking when I finish this game, I want to look up a speed run, the world record speed run of this game. If there aren't any crazy glitches, I bet the gameplay is amazing. And then when I watched, I'll probably go, "Wow, I suck at this game." But I'm still playing it my first time.
Yeah.
So, other than watching that speed run,
and the Chiefs played tonight, so I watched them for another 4 hours.
Preseason.
Yeah, preseason.
Yeah.
Yep, they won again, but that doesn't really matter. I watch the preseason because the preseason's about like figuring out who all is going to be on the roster, and I like knowing that because
Does the season start in September?
I think there's 2 more weeks. Well, there's one more preseason game, and then I think the next week it's.
Because holy crap, September's a week away.
Yeah,
that's sooner than I thought. I thought September was like 2 months. No, it's a week away. Whoops.
Yeah.
But is it September? I think that's when the NFL starts. I don't know.
I think, generally. So I think the first game probably is the very end of August. But that's September's a safe bet. Yeah. The other thing that happened today is, did I talk about the job I'm pursuing at all?
Well, I don't know, but if you have, it's been a long time. So,
well, I guess it's not, and there's nothing official really happening, but there's this job that's basically working internationally, and I don't need to go into exactly what it is, but it sounds like an adventure.
Spy.
Basically. No, it's something that I could do. It's working for the government, but I heard about it distantly from a family friend, and then basically someone was like, "Yeah, you have all the experience to, at least put your application in. It's really hard to get the job, so because they take candidates from all over the world." But I was like, I'll put my name in just in case, and putting my name in was like a day's worth of work. Basically, I got home and I spent like 5 hours working on resumes and cover letters and statement of interest and whatnot. And basically, how it works is there was all this testing I had to do, and I passed the first part of it, which was really difficult, and then I knew the next part was just going to be waiting for a long time. Some people wait years before they hear back, but I heard back today. So that was pretty interesting. And basically they said, I'm ready for the next part of it. I don't know if that doesn't mean I got a job, but part of the thing they say that they do during the application process is they say they take all your testing scores into account and your experience and your resume and all that stuff. And then with all that information, they rank order all the candidates that apply worldwide who pass all the testing. And I don't know if this means anything, but they gave me an ID number, and I was ID such and such, the job title number 3. So I was like, I wonder if that means I'm the 3rd ranked in their hierarchy through the world, Or
maybe it means you answered 3 of the questions correctly.
Yeah. No, it could just be I was the 3rd person.
That's the most, what's the word, logical guess?
Yeah.
The guess that makes the most sense. Whatever.
I'd be pretty pleased if I was that high on their list.
Yeah. And that list, I assume, is probably at least everybody in this country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you don't have to be a citizen of the United States to work for them, but you do have to.
Well, I mean, citizens can live outside of the country. I mean, maybe it means of U.S. citizens residing in this country.
Right. That's what I mean by that. They are technically citizens.
Obviously you'd prefer or be happy to be the 3rd pick in the world, but I'm sure you'd be happy if you were even the 3rd.
I'd be happy if I was the 3rd of Kansas people.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people. And what's interesting is that this job is not even the entry level job. It's the manager-y type job. It'd be like working with ambassadors and liaisons and stuff all over the world, which would be like kind of cool.
Well, you have a good work record or work history, like 6 whatever years straight at a certain kind of occupation.
8.
Whereas I've thought about this. I was like, I have a huge lapse in my employment history because I'm self-employed. So whereas you might struggle or maybe be able to get into a high job like that, I would probably struggle to get a job at Starbucks because they go, hey, because this is a Tom Segura joke, I think. What's this 13-year gap? That's what he said because he's a comedian.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just realized, yeah, a huge work history gap. And that's going to look like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny. We're juxtaposed that way, I guess, as far as our work history.
That would be interesting. I'd be curious to see how you do in an interview after all these years.
It depends on so much. Depends on the job. If I want it, why I'm going there. Like if it's because I'm out of need, I'm bored, I just want a job. Like I don't know. It depends, and what the job is. Depends.
Mm-hmm. What kind of job do you want?
I don't want a job, or I don't want to.
If you had to get a job,
well, I need more parameters than that.
All right, so the parameters are YouTube says you're fired and you don't get any more money no matter what, and explodes.
Now, does this no matter what explodes means my Walterific channel, or you're not allowed to be on any channel ever again?
No, YouTube exploded altogether.
Right, that's better. Okay, yeah. So YouTube exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I see two avenues. One is a job, and then one is a career. Which career might be a better goal, but if I can live within my means off of a job, I would be content with a job. If I don't know, I didn't get taken advantage of at that job, my bills are paid, that'd be sufficient. So, for example, Starbucks, let's use that. If I knew that this Starbucks treated their employees well enough and they let you clock in and clock out and it paid the bills, that'd probably be sufficient. But I haven't thought about, like, for example, what career I'd go for. But that's a good example, a good parameter. Like YouTube exploded and you quite literally have to go find a way to make money.
Yeah. Yeah. I always wondered, I would have thought something like editing for you or something, like some sort of video editing or animation maybe.
No, I don't think I would enjoy. In fact, I went through that before YouTube. This was the JUCO years or before, but I was thinking about going to a film school, and I thought about it, and I realized even if I did well, I would, at best, I would get a job behind a computer editing someone else's video and doing things that people tell me to do. I wouldn't enjoy it because it wouldn't be a creative process. I'd be a machine essentially, and that defeats the purpose for me. It's like if you like making music and someone tells you to,
I have to make their music.
Say they take away all your creative control. We want you to mix it this way, and you're like, okay, well, what you really need is a computer to do that. But since there is no way for a computer to do it, I have to be. That wouldn't be enjoyable at all.
No. Those guys make a lot of money, though.
Yeah, but don't they? I don't know if we're detracting, but don't those guys get paid a lot because they actually have some creative, like they do their own balancing or mixing or
not all the time.
I mean, imagine a situation where, like,
they
say cut this movie trailer and you have to include this, and this, and I'll be like, I can do it, but I wouldn't enjoy it like I would making up something.
Right.
Anyway, so I thought about doing that, and I decided I wouldn't like it.
It's just it works the same for music producers. Like there's a big like there are, I'm sure, with video editors and software editors and everything. There's all sorts of people in the range of creative contribution that they will allow or infer. But like I know a guy who, like, he's a producer and he will do like anything, but you have to pay him a lot to do it. Like he'll do exactly what you want. And he just is your like worker drone, and he knows how to do it all, but he doesn't get any creative say in it. But generally speaking, even he says it's good to know that you have the ability to add stuff too. Yeah. Like that just makes you a better producer. If someone says, what would you add? Then you can be like, I'd add this. And I think that's why I don't want to be that kind of producer. I don't want to do somebody else's stuff. I'd be like shaking in there trying to add my own stuff.
It's not an issue of being good at it. It's a question of enjoying it. Yeah. Speaking of which, I wanted to turn the question on you. If you couldn't do your occupation and you didn't get the government job, so you had to find something besides the occupation you're in, do you have something already in your mind? Like, I want to try this. Or is there nothing at all?
Yeah, I'd look into, can I go back to school for something? Is that allowed? In
Yeah, I
this
mean,
theoretical?
I'm setting this up as in you need to find a way to pay your bills now.
Yeah.
I know, so it's not necessarily a fun question,
No, it's not.
but there's no wrong answer. I was thinking because there's several things I have interest in, but as far as what you're interested in, what's practical are different things. Like, could I get into it? Could I? So
Yeah.
one interest is being a pilot. I don't know what kind of pilot, but like sounds cool, sounds fun. I don't know though. Maybe it sucks. I mean, not a commercial pilot. I don't think I'd enjoy that, but flying private flights sounds like fun. I don't know, but
My uncle is a pilot, and he works for FedEx, and he doesn't have to shoot or fly commercially.
he doesn't have to shoot commercial or fly them.
He doesn't have to do. He just ships packages, and he makes a lot of money. A lot of money.
That's cool.
Like I'm thinking in the 6 digits range at least 3 times over kind of thing. I don't know, but he's rolling in it.
So I don't know how practical it'd be for me to be a pilot, but I would look into it to see if it's an option. So is there any kind of interest you have that you would at least look in that direction?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you have several. But
Yeah.
is there like one right now that comes to mind?
There's a lot that I would require more schooling to do, and like a lot that I would really be interested in, like things like something in the medical field, something in like the, I'd think it'd be cool to be like a psychologist or psychiatrist. I think those would be cool. I think it'd be cool to be like a deacon or a pastor.
That's a bit different, but the psychologist or medical, whatever. For some reason, I've thought about that. Sounds like a lot of good rain. It's like, yeah, it's satisfying. It makes you want to fall asleep.
Yeah.
The challenge of what it would take to get a profession in the medical field sounds enticing for some reason. It sounds super difficult, but the challenge sounds like, I wonder if I could. But all that kind of gets thrown to the wayside because I can't imagine ever enjoying being like a doctor or a psychiatrist. I don't think I would enjoy those things. But
Well, I don't know that you like people as much as me. I think people are cool, and I like learning about people. So I think especially doing something where I get to talk people through their problems or help them out, I think I'd really enjoy that. And I think I'd be good at it. I'd have to learn a lot, but I think I could be really good at that.
this is a bit of a sidetrack, just a little bit. I would be more interested in how psychology works rather than actually the job of being a psychiatrist.
Yeah, like a psychologist.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Actually, since I'm leaning on the wall, I get to feel the thunder.
I feel it in my ass cheeks.
I felt it
It's jiggly.
I felt it on my back cheeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fat joke.
Or like a counselor. Even like if I didn't have to go to a bunch of schooling, but to be a counselor might be cool. But I'm also interested in the actual psychology stuff mostly. But I think it's more interesting to apply the psych. I'd first want to learn all the psychology stuff and then apply it in individuals. Because anyway, I think that'd be interesting and cool.
Bringing it back. Interests. Depending on how many interests we think up, we can then narrow it down to like what's practical. But general interests. Anything, I have to think about it, but
I mean, if I could do sports, I would love to do sports or even like sports media stuff. That sounds fun. Like interviewing players and whatever.
Oh, an interest would be working at a radio station.
Oh yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's an interest.
My dad used to do that. Yeah. He was on 94.1. I think he was a country radio station guy, which is funny because he doesn't particularly like country music. Yeah, it was how at least how he's described it before. He like got the job and somehow like ended up like DJing the weekends for a country music station. And he's not like a country guy. He got to talk to like Billy Ray Cyrus. Yeah, a couple other people that I can't remember, but I don't know. At least that's what I remember. Maybe that's not true. I think that's true though.
So I was trying to think about what I have an interest in, but now I'm trying to think of more on the practical side of something that I could do, wouldn't necessarily enjoy, but I would do well at and it'd pay the bills. What?
Oh, I completely forgot. I would like to write and like do movies and stuff. That'd be fun. That'd be super cool. I actually think that it'd be cool to do radio dramas. You remember those like old like shows where you'd like listen and then it'd be like, welcome back to something. Da, 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 da. And then it'd be like, last when we left our heroine, she was caught in a hurricane. Oh no, Jim. And then it's like all this like sound effects and stuff and Mary. And was Jim lost to the wind?
No, I think Jim is the hurricane.
Jim. I'm gonna get you. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Like the radio dramas where you get to add the sound effects in it, like it adds some immersion to it unless they're crappy.
I don't think I would enjoy any kind of creative thing like that if I wasn't in charge.
Right.
I could do the job, but I wouldn't enjoy it. So that's why I was jumping to the other side, which is what about things that are more practical and less about what I enjoy, but I would still go through with it if it paid the bills kind of a thing. And I think I would do well at the job, passing. Any kind of job where you have to fit in like a peg, I can do that so long as morality doesn't get in the way for me. So I think I'd fit in the military as an example, but morality wise, I'd be in a disagreement as opposed to like a factory job. There's no morality there. It's just be a peg and I could do that job.
Yeah.
Cause I think I'm malleable enough to, like most people. I don't know what kind of factory job that'd be, but that's not very specific though.
I'm still thinking about radio dramas and I completely forgot about this, but did you know that I voice acted on a British like audiobook one time?
Maybe.
There's like one of my friends said that they got this part like, and they were like, you can do a British accent, right? And I was like a crappy one. And they're like, hey, can you be a character on this? And so like I went to this guy's studio and I like sat at this round table with everybody and they gave me a script and I just kind of read it. And that day I was a little off, but they were like, it sounds great. I was like, no, it doesn't. But anyway, and I did like 4 pages and I was this character. They had a posh British voice, kind of like this. Anyway, I can't do it now. But did I ever tell you about that?
I don't think so.
That's basically the story. But I forgot about that, and I remember thinking that was pretty fun, even though it wasn't like my thing. I enjoyed it. I think I could enjoy doing someone else's thing. I don't even think I'd have to particularly care about it, but I'd have my character, and I could care about it, and my part of a thing.
This is an exception. I didn't think of voice acting. If that was a job, I said radio work, which is getting close, but voice acting, oh my goodness. I don't know if I could get into that job, but oh my goodness, I would enjoy it. And I don't think I'd be awful at it either.
Yeah. That'd
be the first thing I'd go for. Well, I'll take it back. Assuming you have to find a job within 2 weeks, you're not going to be a voice actor in 2 weeks. So more practically, I wouldn't do that, but I'd be shooting for that if I could.
I think you can. I really do think you can be a voice actor. I think you just have to do it. Just like work on stuff.
I think a mute person could be a voice actor if they really were successful and lucky.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I'm just being an asshole.
I think that I was interested in it briefly, and I still am. I think it'd be great to be a voice actor too, but I realized that it'd be a lot of work. I know some people I know some, and then I've watched and I'm familiar with a lot of voice actors that I follow too. And I know one of the guys, Aaron from Game Grumps, is a voice actor. He's
Aaron Hansen.
And he did this bit where he was talking about his strategy for voice acting and how it's been since he was younger. And he says that he literally keeps a binder and he dedicates a page to each voice, and he assigns it a character, and then he can conjure up the character in his mind. And then when he does he does projects, he'll take a character and then like conform it to a character so that he can keep the character for himself. But just modifying it slightly like really helps him like figure out who another character he's going to be is. I was like, that's so smart, but boy, that's
very thorough.
It's like good, and it makes me think that I could do that too. I think I have at least 10 characters that I could come up with, but I think he said he has somewhere like in the range of 50, and I was like, wow.
I believe it, especially after having heard him.
Yeah, he's amazing, but I think if you did something like that, your version of that, you like put together your portfolio, and then it's not like you have to. I think you could produce content yourself and then just showing your vocal skills, and then the more
I was thinking about doing
presence
that.
you get.
I was thinking about doing that through shit posting. Did I mention I was thinking about doing that on my channel? Like I did something on Instagram a couple weeks ago with the Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great impression, but I didn't care. I just wanted to make something stupid and funny.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a motivation, I think that's what I'm trying to say, to just get some of those creative things out, like voices and whatever. It sounds like fun. I had fun, and if I could just shit out some more posts, maybe I could do it. But
another avenue, an easy one for you, I mean, I say easy, but that's easy for you would be, but you could do your dumb dubs if you focused on those. But it's easy for you compared to other people. That's why I said it's not
complicated,
easy.
But I'm not
it's convoluted, but you could do it.
No, yeah, I could. Of course, I could do it, but it's complicated, and I'm not trying to be annoying. I'm discouraged from the complications, actually, but I don't want
like
to talk
anything,
about
if you really wanted to be a voice actor, you'd have to do something, some work. That just seems like a good avenue, good way to it. I could be wrong. I just think that's the best one. What are you laughing about?
You're like looking at me like you're trying to coach me into agreeing. You're like, doesn't that sound right?
Yeah, doesn't it?
I didn't say it was wrong.
Yeah. I think you just want to fight.
No, I'm tired. You're more awake than I am. When did you get up?
I was 7.
No, you said no, and you went back to bed.
I stayed in bed. I didn't go back to sleep though.
All right.
No, I've been up for a while. I did take a nap though. I took a nap at like 4 or something. I said, you just want to fight, don't you? And you said no.
That's a fight? Is that the joke?
No, yeah. I mean, that was the joke. Is you just want to, yeah. The joke is like it'd be like you always disagree with me. No, I don't.
Yeah. So yeah. That's why.
Yeah.
I have a weird question that I haven't formulated. I was thinking, what way do you wish you could fall asleep? A way that's actually possible. I know a way. I want to fall asleep outside in a tent with like starry sky and the weather's like great, and have like a netted tent so I can see, but like also be protected from bugs, whatever, and just like sleep out one night. That's what I want to do. But like specifically go find someplace, drive somewhere, some other state, like South Dakota, for example, where the stars are amazing. I want to do that one time. So is there a certain kind of way you'd like to sleep?
There is. It's very specific, but
can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it inside a woman?
Well, you're not that far off, but we'll just keep it PG.
Okay.
I'm picturing the place that I think would be cool to fall asleep in. So imagine a box room, a cube, in the Arctic, right? And it's walled off on all sides and the top, except for one whole wall is just glass, and it's the big wall. Mm-hmm. And you could just look out into the Arctic. You're on top of a mountain, and you could just look out and down into the trees, and there's mountains everywhere. And it's very cold out there, but it's really nice and warm in the cube.
Sounds good, but do you think that's possible?
Yeah.
Do you think there is a place that exists that you could travel there and pay to sleep there?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll do it?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
It's not something that like I'm gonna die if I don't. Even like an igloo, like someplace where it's like I know it's so like because the best sleep to me is when
when
it's
it's
super cold
and then you're
outside
warm. Yeah.
and I'm inside.
Yeah.
So that, but also if there was,
but mega.
but yeah, and then there's other factors involved which would amplify that experience. But I'm thinking the locale is pretty well in order. The other place that I thought was like an observatory where you could it's clear skies, glass dome, where you just a big bed in the center of the room. That'd be cool too.
It'd be cool, but I don't think you can go do that because you'd have to sleep in an observatory, and I don't think anybody will let you do it.
Oh, it didn't not necessarily like a science observatory, but like a glass dome overhead, just a half sphere of glass that you can see everything above, and it's a circle room. I don't know.
Maybe that'd be dumb. I think I've told you I want to design a house, and I was thinking I don't think it'd work, but depending on the structure of the house, because I can't tell if I want to do a modern design, which is really simplified, just like cubes and squares, whatever, or if I want to do like a normal home that you'd see here in Kansas, which I think I want to do because I've kind of romanticized it in my head. But if it was a modern home and the room is like a cube or rectangular, whatever, that whole ceiling could be a pane of glass or some kind of glass, so it looks like an open, so you can sleep with that. That could be cool if you had some sky. What would that be like just to sleep in your home, right? The glass, big glass, like the size of your whole ceiling.
Yeah.
I wonder if that'd be like, I aside from the sun ruining your sleep in the morning, assuming that you can't very well shut it off or close it out, that would suck. But what if it's too bright? I don't know. It could be cool. It could be cool though to sleep in the comfort of your home or a home, and then it look like you're outside when you're sleeping. That'd be cool. Maybe that kind of goes along with the observatory thing you said. Where what?
I just thought I heard jingle jangles. That's okay.
Might have been Ronan's jangles.
And his jingles.
Yeah.
All right. No, I get that idea. I think
I'd like to do that.
I think the most restful, like the thing that makes it the best sleep is that you don't have to do anything the next day too. Like there's nothing to be.
No obligation in the morning. No reason to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Because man, it is hard to sleep in. If you know that there's an alarm that's going to go off in the morning. Like this past night, I had the alarm set, and I was half asleep for between 6:30 and 8:30 because I was just waiting for the alarm to go off. Now there was a period of time where I got really good at sleeping through it, because I used to have to get up early for work, and I was like, this sucks. I wake up at 4:30 and then I am half asleep because I'm waiting for the alarm going off. And so then I did two things. One is I do not look at the clock in the middle of the night, and then the next part's the hardest part, but works the best, which is if you can somehow do a mental gymnastics to say, there is no alarm, there is no alarm, there is no alarm. And if you can somehow believe it, sleep. And I guess practiced. I think that's why I got good at it, because I was like every night. So eventually I got to the point where I could, but I'm out of practice. So like this morning, half asleep, kind of, but it's possible. And the moral of the story is it sucks to sleep when there's an alarm in the morning. And it's amazing when you know there's no alarm and nothing to do in the morning and no reason to get up. That's why I like sleeping on, it is Friday night. I like sleeping on Friday night because Saturday morning I don't have to do anything. Good sleep. Minus when the sun comes in, that kind of wakes me up. But the end.
You're so right.
You just don't want to fight.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. You were so right. You want to fight.
You're so right. I know. And Man, I honestly, I actually, like, even if my job isn't my dream job right now, like I do it 5 days a week, right? That's a lot. I think it is a lot, at least. I honestly think I wouldn't have any problems with it at all if I didn't have to wake up for it. If that makes sense.
I get it.
Like something about like if I'm already have been like if I went in at noon or whatever, and then I worked that much in the day, I'd be like, it's fine. Mm-hmm. Or even like 11 or a 10, but it's like 8. It's like I have to get up before 8 to do it every day. That sucks.
Every day that I go to work.
Well, and it's like the other thing that sucks about it is that if you're doing that properly, then it ruins you for the days you don't have to. Like today, I got up at 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been just waking up before my alarms lately, even on days I have to go to work. But I like decide to like sleep through them, and so I'll like lay there with my eyes closed and not go back to sleep, which is still restful. But no, it's the alarms at all ruin everything. They ruin your weekends too. Because then you're on a schedule.
Yeah. I want to get back on a schedule though. Good schedule.
Here's what would be cool is if you and I could just like exchange lives.
No.
Like once a week.
It wouldn't be cool for both of us.
Like once a week. You know, not necessarily all the exact details of it, but I get it. Kind of like
I was just making a joke because I like my life, and I don't want to switch.
I bet. I just mean like imagine like what you have is basically time to do either nothing or whatever creative endeavors you decide to involve yourself with in a certain day. And technically I have some time for that, but usually not, as it's 40 to like 50 hours a week. That's not for that, which means, that adds up pretty quick. I don't know. I just think I think it'd be cool.
Well, there is one upside for me, and that is I would hopefully, if I'm not an awful person, get more appreciation for what I have.
Right.
If I had to go clock in and clock out.
I don't think you'd hate it either. I think if it was one day a week.
If it was one day, I wouldn't hate it so much.
I think you'd be
like how you said, if your work started at noon, it's so harder to hate if it doesn't interrupt anything. So it'd be harder to hate working one day a week, but whatever.
I think I've said this before, but if I had your situation and I didn't have to do anything in particular, I mean, you do have to do stuff. If I had no job to go to all week, I would not like that either. I would just be too little.
I get it.
It'd be way too little. I think I said right now my dream would be work 3 days a week. That'd be great. Eventually that's probably going to turn to 2 because, the grass is always greener, but 5 is just too dang many. It's just too dang many. It's like 5 of 7. That's over 3/4. That is too much. It's too much. But I'm on vacation. That's what's up this week. I took 2 days off. So today's Friday. I have
2
tomorrow.
Vacation days.
Yeah.
Proper time off. Not like just didn't show up.
Yeah. That's good. I got 2 more days.
Properly wasted one in bed today.
I kind of did that yesterday too. A little less yesterday, but today was almost all in bed.
Speaking of which, dude, I'm so tired. We'll go as long as I can.
Okay.
And I went as long as I could. No, I'm kidding. I want to try. I'm trying to get to an hour for no reason whatsoever.
Do you have any childhood things that you're thinking about?
No.
Why not?
Why not? I love the idea of doing it to a stranger. Just put it on them like someone in a coffee shop. Hey, I like that question, but hey, are you thinking about anything from your childhood? No? Why not?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think about this until just now, but I might have subconsciously gotten that from something I watched the other day. I'm gonna tell you about it because it was funny. There's this video where a cop pulls this guy over and he goes, "Okay, sir, you know why I pulled you over today?" And the guy goes, "No, I don't." And he goes, "Well, how come?" And he's like, "I don't know. You tell me." Just, well, I don't remember. The cop starts like whining like a kid. I don't remember. It's like, okay, well, I think you have to let me go. I don't wanna. He's like complaining. It's great. I can't remember all the details,
funny.
but I liked it, so I'll show you at some point. But I was like, I was so unexpected to have him come. All right, sir, you know why I pulled you over? No, officer. Why not? It was so perfect.
I don't want to quote videos because that seems kind of redundant because people could just go watch them.
Yeah.
So I won't, but I'm tempted.
Yeah. I was recalling all the times that I stayed awake all night when I was a kid. And I'm remembering this one in particular when I was like 12 maybe. And my friend, like he was like a friend that he was my friend, but it was always a little contentious with him because like there was all like, we were just always like fighting about stuff or whatever, but it was his birthday and he invited me and a bunch of our friends over to his house. And so we were all kind of like juiced up because it was a birthday party, slumber party. And so we decided we were going to stay up all night. And he just got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. So it was that long ago. I don't know when that was exactly, but it was like basically at that year. We could have been 8 to 10, somewhere in there. Anyway, so we were playing that and one of them said shit. And we went, oh. And then one of us laughed and then all of us started laughing and then we all cussed all night. And it was so great. We were high on the exhilaration of, we can say shit.
That sounds amazing.
It was great. It was so fun. I woke up because I was an innocent little kid. I woke up the next day feeling so gross though. I was like thinking about, I said all that. And my mom's like, how was it? Was it fun being with your friends? I'm like, yeah. Like all scarred because
it was awesome. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was one of those where I felt very dirty.
That's funny.
Yeah, my little innocent
I'm sure we all get that at some point. Lose our virginity. There's got to be some pun where that has to mean that.
Yeah,
I don't remember mine, but I do remember one time staying up all night at a friend's house to play games, or I tried to. It was the second worst headache of my life. I can't remember what they were playing, but I remember it was on the 64, which, I didn't have video games, so I was just super enthralled. And it was so good. I think it was Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, what a great game.
I know I was playing with people. It wasn't just me. And
I have that game, by the way.
I had to take turns. But my headache was somehow being aggravated and stimulated by the TV when I played it. So I was punished for, I was having a great time, but also like my head hurts so bad. Mm-hmm. And I lay down, close my eyes, like, and then I tried to play. But I kept doing it. The worst time, they're both similar and they're both good memories because even though they're the two worst headaches I've ever had, there was something fun / stupid going on. So it was stupid that I was making it worse because I was having a good time. The worst time I was with you and we watched B-Movie. It was the only time I've ever seen it.
That was the worst headache of your life? That was the worst
headache of my life. I don't know if you've seen it.
I remember you were like really not having a good time.
It was...
But you were like watching it, like laughing with...
I was laying down and just kind of like, I was just debilitated, but I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah.
And there were parts that were making me laugh and laughing hurt so bad.
Yeah.
And the funniest part, I remember, was, why is it always yogurt? And we're like, I mean, we're both laughing, but I'm like,
Why is it always yogurt night?
Yeah, Patrick Warburton's character.
Yeah.
Why is it always yogurt night? Or something like that.
I remember, I thought it was when he's like, that's where I normally sit. Right there.
That was a good one, too.
Yeah, I just really, the pause.
We're laughing so hard.
I remember I had a mild headache that night, too. So I don't know if it was something we drank, but I was like not about to complain about it because I was like, you were like, oh.
It was the worst one. What's
Yeah.
the worst headache you've had?
The first one I thought of, this is not the worst headache because I started getting migraines and all of those feel like the worst one now. But the worst one I had a long time ago was there was the night we were here when I lived here last time. I was like 14 or 15.
I think I know this story.
And I was sitting on the couch in the living room over there, and we had you and we had like one of our other friends. We had Odd over, and then Brianna was there. And I was just like laying there like, oh, my head hurts so bad. And it hurt so bad. But I didn't want everybody to like leave. And so I was like trying to be like, I was being melodramatic while I was waiting for my meds to kick in. And I don't know if it was you who said something about like, I stuck my toe.
Yeah, I remember you were trying, but you were still just whining and like, it's okay if he's whining. He's a headache. You know, you're on the couch on your back with your hand on your face.
I was whining a lot.
And I went, it was so funny.
Yeah.
Because I went, I think I just stubbed my toe. And you go, I think you stubbed my toe. And then you go right back to, it was so funny. And then you made us all laugh. You made yourself laugh, and your head hurt as you were laughing, but it was just too funny.
The timing was great. I was like, I know what I need to do here. Because I was like doing all that, like partly as a joke, because I knew,
but
like,
also a little annoyed.
I was trying to be a little annoying too, but I also was aware of what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so when you barely whined at all, I was like, oh, I need to do this. And it was the perfect context for that joke.
That was funny.
Yeah, that sucked though. Now I get them like because my neck gets out real bad. I'm starting to like feel like that tenseness. If I need to make sure I don't sleep wrong tonight, otherwise I'll probably wake up tomorrow.
Sucks when you sleep wrong and there's nothing you can do and you're ruined.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if caffeine withdrawal counts, but you can get a headache as a result from it.
Yeah.
But
like anything when you're withdrawing from it gives you headaches.
Gosh, it sucks.
Yeah. I was doing coffee every day for like 2 weeks straight at one point, and I remember intentionally deciding I needed to not do it for a while now because I'm going to start getting a dependency on caffeine, and then I'm going to have headaches. And I did have a headache the first day, and then it got regular again. And now I don't have caffeine really at all anymore.
I stopped drinking caffeine one day, one night. The next day, I hadn't had any when it came on really fast, faster than I thought, the withdrawal. And I powered through it until like 4 in, by which point I'd had the caffeine headache for a few hours. And I decided to go ahead and have some caffeine. But once you get the caffeine headache, drinking caffeine doesn't help. You already have it, and now you can't fix it. That's just how it is. So that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway,
my to this day, the most popular listening show TikTok on my account is the one where I'm talking about caffeine and alcohol, and like how back in the day all the old people drank alcohol, and like that's the most viewed and highest ratio of likes of anything I've put on there. I was like, why this one? It's not even funny. I'm not even the guy who's smart about this. But I guess I don't know. I don't understand that app or how, like, or people for that matter. I put that up because I was like, it's information, and now everybody.
It's information.
Yeah.
Is it correct or useful? Doesn't matter. It's information. Put it up.
Yeah. To me, it matters if it's correct, but it is.
Or if I like the sound of it.
Yeah. Or if it's silly.
Dude, I'm so tired.
Yeah. Yeah. The most tired you've ever been.
There were 2 occasions. One is I stayed up for over 48 hours because I couldn't sleep on the flight, and that was crazy. I don't want to do that again, but the second occasion was I didn't get much sleep. It's like less than 5 hours, whatever it was. I can't remember if it was remarkable or not. All I know is that it was awful for 2 reasons. One, it just wasn't a lot of sleep. And 2, I was working with my dad all day, and I was just absolutely miserable. I didn't want to complain, but it was like, Dad, I can't hold this up over my head. Like, I can't do it. And I felt useless all day because I just couldn't. Because I was just like, whenever I sat down, I was just like this. Anyway, but the 2 days, that was, I know you've been up for 48 hours too. Was that the most tired you've been?
I have two, also two. And the first one was when I think it was my 11th birthday, and I had a sleepover party that was like a surprise birthday at the school, and they had planned to do a Lord of the Rings marathon all through the night. And I was like heart set on watching all of it, but it got to be about 4 a.m, and I had spent the whole day working like on a farm and gardening and stuff and sweating a lot. And so I was so tired, but all my friends were there. It was my surprise birthday. So I remember watching it like this, just like literally my eyelids felt so heavy. I passed out at like, it probably was only like 15 minutes of me, but I struggled harder to stay awake than I ever have at that point. That is other than the most recent one when I was like 20 or so. I had some friends who they put on something they called the plunger games and at their parents' farm. And they basically, it's like a weekend of like athletic challenges and games and stuff and it's basically kind of like the Olympics. They have like medals and stuff, but then it's all like farm related games or whatever. Not necessarily they have to be farmy. Like there's volleyball and there's climbing and swimming and all this stuff. And then there's 2 teams, and then the team with the most medals wins the golden plunger. It's great. But I was like there. Well, like, it's a bunch of like older teenagers / very young 20s kids. So there's just hormones, everyone's staying awake, like, late at night trying to like smooch like everybody. Everybody's just hot. And so I was like up late, very late in the morning, talking to this one gal. And then I went to go to bed. And there was this random guy who I had seen there, and I knew he was like new. And he was just like by the fire by himself. And so I was like, I should go see if he's okay. And I did. And he was okay. But we just got into this bizarre conversation. And before I knew it, it was the morning. And we somehow stayed up all night talking. And, that was weird. But then we had to do more athletic stuff the next day. And I remember, like, I was fine. I was okay. But then it got to the swimming. And there's this pond. And I remember, like, yeah, I'm juiced up. I'm ready to go. But halfway through the pond in the race, when my team, like, gave me the baton, and it was my turn on the last leg to finish it for us. Halfway through the pond, I just remember it just hit me. I just went... And I just like started like sinking, and then I was like, oh, I need to sleep. And so I like sort of doggy paddled. They're like, Zach, what are you doing? And I was like screwing us. We ended up losing because I just like kind of passed out in the water. And then that was luckily the last event. Everyone started going home, and I went on my drive home. I was literally just like going like this. So I like parked, and I called my mom. I was like, can you come get me? It sucked. Like that was another one of those, something about the no sleep plus the like expenditure of energy, those two things in tandem. But it's like a recipe for the most tired that I remember being. Yeah. Did you ever go to that farm and do those games and stuff?
No,
I didn't think so. Yeah.
This is the most tired I've been in a long time, though, and I don't know how. I don't want to end it because I'm stubborn and I'm a child, but I don't want to fall asleep on the thing either. So I think we should end it.
All right.
Got close to an hour. Yeah. Okay. Well, we did it. We did one in the rain during a storm in the middle of the night. So we finally got one done. I would like to do this again, but I'd like to be awake like you seem to be.
I did exercise. I wanted to be more sleepy because I wanted to be slap happy, and I'm too awake.
I'm past slap happy. I'm tired. I'm ready to lay down.
Darn.
Like I don't sleep with my shirt on, but I could just lay down and fall asleep.
Ew, that sounds terrible.
I know. That's how tired I am.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do it in the winter middle of the night too, like on a weekend.
I think I would.
It's really cold out. We get our blankets and we just sit here like at 1 or 3 in the morning. That sounds awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly wish I could do most of the episodes this late at night because this is when I feel like, yeah.
I'm usually awake at night. I don't know. It's a little late for me, I guess. I don't know.
Like I'm not my sharpest, but I feel the funniest when it's really late at night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I have to be a little tired. I'm not like peak funny right now because I shouldn't have exercised. I think that actually like normally it says it's bedtime, but now I'm like actually like no, we're awake.
You say that, but then you're gonna get in your room and you go, oh, and you realize you were tired.
You're right.
You'll catch up out of nowhere.
You're right. I've not done this yet. I've not exercised and then forced myself to stay awake yet. So this is I now know that what that means is that I'm gonna be awake. For like kind of more awake. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to watch more stuff on YouTube.
I'm going to have air, freshly diced air, and listen to the rain. And then I will hear it for like 10 seconds. I'll fall asleep. Not really. It'll take me a bit longer, but not very long.
I'm going to play Dead Space on your computer and keep you awake.
No,
don't do that.
Oh, man. All right. However, I had something to say, but it's not that important because I'm so tired. All right, I'm going to end it now. Thank you guys for listening to the listening show. See, I can't. Too tired.
Yeah.
You flip the table and all the microphones and shatters and for effect. Oh my gosh. I would just hit all the buttons and you finally find it.
I never am going to get it.
That's great though. All right. Thank you guys for listening. I guess we'll see you next time. Be good.
Unless, I mean, if you want to be bad, then that'd be fine. I think. I think you have a free pass this week if you want to do like a crime.